Loot boxes, skins, champions, battle passes. What do all of these in-game items have in common? They're in-app purchases. So what are in-app purchases? Basically, they're virtual goods or services players can buy for a fee and use in-game. You'll often see them used in free-to-play games, so developers can offer these titles for free and still keep the lights on. After all, supporting the game with new content, balancing tweaks, and ongoing live operations takes revenue. So in order to handle all of these ongoing costs, in-app purchases are necessary. There are 3 types of in-app purchases: consumables, non-consumables, and subscriptions. Consumables are IAPs that a player uses up, then buys again, like gems, coins, and other forms of energy. Since they're supposed to be purchased again and again, consumables can drive tons of revenue. Then there are non-consumables, which are single purchase items that players buy to add to their collections and never expire. So skins, cards, and champions are all examples. Non-consumables don't usually have an impact on gameplay, so they're especially useful in PvP games, where you need to avoid giving users an unfair advantage or creating a play-to-win scenario. Third, subscriptions. These in-app purchases are either renewed automatically or manually repurchased at the end of a set time limit. Your battle and event passes fall under this category. They give players extra rewards and enhancements or items over a period of time, rather than just at purchase, like with consumables and non-consumables. All right, now let's get into the benefits of in-app purchases by breaking it down into player versus developer advantages. For players, purchasing IAPs can actually improve the gameplay experience. Take a PvP game like PUBG Mobile, for example. It's important that they don't create play-to-win scenarios and instead offer players something they'll value and want to collect. Enter non-consumable in-app purchases like skins and add-ons. PUBG packages these all up into battle passes and offers them as subscription IAPs during events. This way, players feel they have something their competitors don't, even though it's all cosmetic. So while players get an enhanced experience, developers get some big benefits from IAPs too. In-app purchases are the main monetization model for most free-to-play games, and these games are making a profit. Forge of Empires, Farm Heroes Saga, Raid, Shadow Legends, and Toon Blast have all earned over $1 billion in lifetime revenue despite being free to install. Another advantage of IAPs is scaling your user base. Since you're able to sell in-app purchases for revenue, you can offer your game for free. This opens your game up to a ton more users that don't have to deal with the financial hurdle of paying to download. And lastly, you can boost other in-game metrics like engagement and retention. Remember, IAPs are meant to improve the player experience. So as users enjoy enhanced gameplay, they're more likely to stick around and keep playing and spending. These engage users that retain for longer and spend more take us right into another key point about in-app purchases. They're not made by all of your players. In fact, only about 1 to 5% on average of your users make in-app purchases. But, and this is important, that 1 to 5% is usually your most engaged and most loyal cohort. So the best in-app purchase strategy is one that speaks directly to these high-value users. And this comes down to tapping into their motivations. If they're playing a social game like Stumble Guys from Scopely, they want to feel a part of a community and show off their status to their friends. Buying limited-time creator bundles of skins and cosmetic improvements lets them customize their character to feel one of a kind, support their favorite Stumble Guys creators, and flaunt the awesome collectibles they just got. There's one more strategy for boosting in-app purchase revenue that wins above all, and that's going direct to consumer with a web shop. Web shops let you bypass the 30% commission fees that platforms like Apple and Google take on every in-app purchase. That means higher margins and more revenue in your pocket, which you can pass along to players as discounts and extra rewards. In fact, many of the biggest game developers are monetizing with web shops these days and driving a huge chunk of their revenue through it. So if you're ready to go direct to consumer and maximize your IAP revenue, we'll build you a web shop that players love and earns you more revenue. Talk to us at Stash.